Hey everybody, welcome to today's edition of the Daily Market Commentary. I am your host, Chuck Fulkerson. Hope everybody had an absolutely amazing trading day. And I'm getting this video out a little bit later than usual today. It's one of those days where you just can't seem to get enough minutes in the day. For those of you that are new to the channel, we look at the same 10 to 12 futures markets every day, looking for potential trading opportunities. We leave the lines on the charts so that you can see the results of the trades as they happen. So let's go ahead and dive into it. So the first one that we have here is the S&P. Now, the S&P, I've got a little bit of a purple level here that looks like it was blown through, but this is why I try to update the the Twitter page, and we like to put it whenever we make some changes or get stopped out or take profits off the table. And this one earlier today, we had a really nice move, a little 3-to-1 reward to risk move out of that level. When we hit our opposing fair price value area, that was time to take it out. So there was a nice little profit in that one. Do the happy dance. Hope some of you were able to catch that. I know a couple of you said you weren't able to. And by the way, if you weren't able to catch it, that's okay. You know, this is the kind of area that I sweat a little bit when I take some of these trades that are around these all-time highs, shorting around an all-time high. I keep saying it over and over again. It's like pulling on Superman's cape when you're shorting near the all-time high. But we'd had such a big move down that it did give us a good intraday shorting opportunity, and that worked out for a little bit of a move. Now, what we have at the moment is I'm not interested in shorting off of this high for sure, as we put a new all-time high in today. I do like this area again, though, this area where we had that little bit of sideways price action. I like this as a chance to get long. If price comes back down into here, good gosh almighty, that might be an opportunity to get long right in through here. So you're looking at about 27.95 by 27.91 in that range for a potential in the S&P. As far as risk there, you've got a fairly small amount of risk. I don't know if it's going to get to that level or not. Frankly, based on the pullbacks that we've had, I'm not sure it's going to reach into that territory. So, you know, looking at the Nasdaq, we didn't quite put in a new all-time high in the Nasdaq, and the Nasdaq actually didn't come down as deep as the S&P. So the S&P rallied a bit higher today than the Nasdaq did. It'd be interesting to see if we get a little bit of a rollover from here. I'm not willing to short on this at all, but you certainly may get a little bit of a rollover here for even if it's just a few hours. And if you want to jump in on that Nasdaq, I would wait to get in on the Nasdaq until the S&P really hits that level. I do like this level in the S&P. I just hope that we get a deep enough pullback to give that an opportunity. And that's one of the things about this market is it's been hard to get in sometimes on good opportunities. You know, I had this marked off at 27.65 and we only got 27.69. So waiting on some of these pullbacks sometimes have been hard, and that's really why I like breakout trading as well. Oil. So oil, I will say this. I'm going to remove this. I'm going to remove this drawing here. I will say this about crude oil. We were in kind of that range. We broke out of the range, but I would say that at this point, crude oil's been in an upward trend, a pretty strong upward trend. If you just simply look at the trend line itself, and we just draw a trend line, you know, you have this trend here, which we then, you know, kind of shifted up and went to a little bit more of a steep angle on that trend, and we're kind of bouncing off that trend now. So we had this trend channel, we broke up of it, and now we're using this new trend line here. So I think that, you know, this is actually a really good buying opportunity in oil right now for those of you that are candle to candle style of trading, because we got a little bit of a pullback and now we've popped up higher. I don't think any of this is going to stop us. So if you're so inclined, I think there's some room for this thing to continue to run higher. As far as reversal opportunities, if indeed we come back down into one of these areas down here, I think you may get another shot, another bite at the apple, if you will, by looking at, I'm really going to make this a bit wider than I think a lot of people may normally make this, but I think you've got to have this whole region right here, which really encompasses both of these little areas, this little drop base and then strong move out, which is, you know, just below this support area here, below this pivot. And then there's this other little area here, which was a fair price value area before a strong move up. Both of those are kind of stacked on top of each other as potential turning points. Gold. So looking at gold, we have once again more pullback opportunities to get in on gold, but it's not gotten us deep enough yet. So I'm just going to stand pat. None of these areas in here are any that I'm super excited about. So I'm going to stand pat with the areas that we have marked off in gold. Bond markets. So taking a look at our bonds. So I had a setup in the bonds for a potential breakout to the upside, and we almost got there, and then psych, we fell off of that area. So no breakout on the long side. I'm going to leave this area here as a potential kind of going forward. I think that now you might even have another small little reversal coming into play right here. So just kind of keep that area in mind. In the Aussie, so the Aussie, we got a little bit of a pullback here in the last few hours, back to what could be a good buying opportunity right here. So this could be a candle-to-candle style, but really nothing to write home about as of yet. The euro could be coming into our area, so we'll keep that area in play. Nothing really to add there. And then the Canadian dollar, we're still in between our wider opportunities. So all of these currencies, after just a really, really strong move up on the weak dollar, are doing a bit of a pullback today on a little bit of dollar strength, but still has not come into any of our buying areas or our buying opportunities. So we'll take a look at some of these areas kind of going forward in the next few days. So I had a question in the comments, and so when you have questions, by the way, please feel free to leave them in the comments underneath, and I will do my best to answer them if I get a chance. And his question, the question was from Damian Rutherford, and he said, thoughts on the HG short at the 326 area. So here's our 326 area. So my guess is that you're referring to this opportunity right here, which would be this little bit of sideways price action before a very strong drop. Now, the thing I like about it specifically is that it did act as a little bit of fair price because it was resistance back here in the past. I'm going to make it a bit wider, though, because of this wick that came all the way up to here, as well as this pivot up here. So, yes, I do like the area. Like it a lot, frankly, but I like it a bit wider, all the way up to this 327.5. You know, kind of as a potential. So I do like the area. Nice eyeball on that one, Damien, and thanks for putting it into the comment section. If you guys have questions, certainly let me know. And you know, from a technical perspective, this one does seem that it would fit the bill. So hope you guys had a great trading day today. If there's anything I can do for you, please shoot me an email, chuck@iiefinancial.com. And until next time, be good, be safe. Talk to you later.